Hello, I'm so excited to be here. And you are in the masterclass. You are meant for more. And maybe when you say that, you think, huh? What do you mean? Well, we're going to go through all the things we talked about. Everything that I was talking about were health, pardon me. We're going to talk about the relationships we have. We're going to talk about yourself. We're going to talk about um, the self-discovery and money and prosperity today because having it all is about everything in our lives, not just one area of our life. Like think about if you had everything you could dream of, right? Like when you think of they talk about a circle, and we have all these things in our life that really matter, our friendships, our work, our family, money, and I think there's something else, but we're going to go through the majority of the things that are meant for more in our life. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And I also want to share that I am Yvonne Purvis, and I'm a transformation coach for women that want to rewrite your story, create your dream life with ease and flow, which is the effortless way, which is the sweet spot of life, going with the flow, letting the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, source energy, help you achieve and be that person, that woman who takes chances, who takes risks, who you just trust your intuition. That's all I can say. When we are in our spirit and in flow, life is so easy. I know because I've gone upstream for such a long time. So we're not getting too much into that today, but that'll be another masterclass or another coaching that I'll do on it because it is so important to understand the laws of manifestation. And the things that we're going to talk about today is really covering some of these things so that you can start creating your own life, your dream life. And I want you to ask yourself, what is that for you? Like when you think about your dream life, is it having more time, more freedom? Maybe you want to get out of a job and have something more that you can do, that you get that time back. Maybe it's prioritizing your life in a different way. Maybe your health isn't good. Maybe the mental stuff in your mind is sabotaging your business or your relationships. Self-discovery in ourself, which is self-love. And most women, you really don't love yourself. You don't prioritize yourself. You don't have boundaries around things. You might be talking about other people. And these things are so important in all of this meant for more. And money and prosperity, which is always one of those areas in life you're either really good with it or you're not. And you can have this need that you need more. And maybe it's even the need to be healthier, right? Lose weight. I need to lose weight. I need to have this. So this is today where I want you to start thinking about some of the things how you talk to yourself around these areas. All right. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about health, mindset, relationships, self-discovery, money, and prosperity. And let me just share a little bit about myself so you understand, because some of you might be new coming into my container here and my energy. And I have done a lot of work in the last 5 years on my own life, my own beliefs, my own story. Okay. So before I was married, I was born in Toronto, Canada. And I used to dream all the time when I was young. I dreamt before I was a professional dancer. I used to dream about dancing, right? My mom we always had my girlfriends over and we're always doing choreography. And yeah, I just remember the vivid photos. Like I can still see them, right? Of dreaming. And then I would dream of dancing when I got older, dancing with a partner, and I became a professional dancer. And at the age of 17 was my first show in a course line. And that's where my story sort of started in the event industry, dancing, musical theater, acting, singing. But I was never a triple threat. A triple threat is someone that does all of it. My singing was always sort of down below, and that was more confidence for me. It wasn't that I couldn't sing. I didn't think I could sing. Okay. In my life, as we get older, I ended up marrying somebody that I met in Hawaii and moved countries. And I manifested that as well. Like, I know I can see all the things in my life that I listen to my intuition. Now, in this life that we have, there are times we go down a path that we're maybe not meant to go down because we didn't listen or see the signs. And it's part of the journey of life, right? There is a journey, and that's the upscale. That's the swimming up the water, rather than going down where it's easy and flow. My marriage was uphill the whole 20 years almost. It was very, it wasn't an easy, fun relationship. But what happened in there is what brought me here, and to finally finding myself again and getting to rewrite my story. And really coming back into the place that I believe is I needed to go through that to be teaching this, and not teaching so much one area of life, which was more on the health and fitness and in that area, to be now talking about it in a perspective of you can have it all. You can have it all. And we just need to change some of these things that we are doing in our lives, because we must take action, right? In our life, if we want to be better in our health, if we want to have better relationships, have better self-talk and love for ourselves and money, we must make changes. Otherwise, you don't change, nothing changes. And if this is where you are, then get that notepad out, because you're going to hear some things that maybe you haven't heard before, so you can get to hone into some of those areas of your life that aren't going so well. Okay. So health was one I struggled with as a dancer, not until someone said, a coach, so I was in a professional show where the producer called me fat. And that changed my whole relationship with myself, my self-love, and how I looked at myself and saw myself. And it was kind of like, when you looked good, you felt good, and then you'd eat some awful food, and then you would self-sabotage and call yourself all those horrible names. You're fat. I can't believe you did that. You're a pig, blah, blah, blah. And what I learned is that health is not about weight, not even about fitness. It's the person in the healthy body. So when you look at it from a different perspective, now if you're wanting to have a better health and fitness regime and feel good about yourself and be able to put on a dress or a bathing suit, we call them swimmers, and feel sexy again, this is then really tune into this, because yes, it's about knowing the foods you eat. Absolutely. We are what we eat. But what happens after coaching women for over 10 years in more than that, but really focusing in the last 10 years, where it was more about weight loss, was that my clients would lose the weight, but majority of them put them back on because they didn't change who they thought they were to be the woman that lost weight and kept it off, because she still acted like the woman who didn't. So if you want to thrive and be healthy and fit, then you need to really look at what you are doing on the everyday life, right? How you cultivate that healthy body and mind, and with the resources of setting up those foundations, right? So what are those foundations? Those foundations are getting up and exercising in the morning. And it's proven fact, morning is the best time of the day to do it. Why? Helps your metabolism, first up. And you will feel better throughout the day because you get these endorphins. You feel like, oh, I'm so glad I went to the gym. I'm so glad I had my walk. You're getting outside. And I know for North America, some of you maybe even got some snow. I was chatting with a friend in, she's in Pacific time zone, but no, it's the other one. Anyway, and she had some snow. And I was like, oh, I know. I'm so happy where I live. But you can still get out and do things, right? And if you can't, that's when you need to join a gym so that you can get amongst people that are all in the same collective and wanting to feel better. So it's that strategy. It's those putting those things in place, the doing to have. You want to have, you're meant for more. Well, then we need to really set up that new process in your life to be sustainable, to lose weight with ease and flow, not calorie counting, not thinking and standing on a scale. I refuse to have, it used to bother me having people because I know what it felt like. The scale was like, oh, do I really want to see it stepping on it? And then when the number went up, you just self-sabotage and you felt horrible about yourself. So we want to really I want you to start loving yourself the way you are, right? We need to love. And this is where self-love comes into all of this. And that was a really big journey for me. I thought I loved myself. But one incident really changed how I looked at myself, and that was my body. And then that affected a lot of other areas. But I truly did not love myself. I had to find self-love in all areas of my life. So the foundation of having a healthy body is these things, is looking at food from a different way, is thinking, should I be eating whatever it is you're choosing? Or should you be cutting back on some of those portions? So rather than thinking calories, it's not calories. Your body's not a cash register going ching, ching, ching. It's energy in, energy out, and also what we think about it. So when we don't have a good relationship with ourselves and our body, that's where we hold the body's not sure what you're doing. It could hold food and go beyond that. So set yourself up with a looking and feeling like you are healthy. You're making those small baby steps to be healthier. Find a photo of yourself and get it up on the wall and just look at it. Just keep looking at it going, yeah, I remember you. I remember you. Because you're there. We've got a lot of stuff going on in our head, and this is where we got to start really looking at ourselves and putting on those blinders. So that's our health issues. Okay. And then the mindset is so important. I think the mindset is 99% of who we are. Your mind isn't good. You don't feel so good. Worry, stress. You probably do things that you don't want to do. So we want to come back and think about, how do you speak to yourself? What do you say to yourself? Are you telling yourself you're not good enough? Are you telling yourself, I should have gone to this class? The empowering of creating, these affirmations of, I am powerful. I am healthy. I am a walking healthy woman. I am, creating these. I'm strong. I don't like that word strong anymore. I used to say that. I don't like it because I feel it's very much a masculine, and it was part of my fight and flight in the years of my divorce and my marriage even. So I have inner strength. So we want to cultivate, again, good things about ourselves. What do you say to yourself? What are you calling yourself? Sometimes, when we are changing, and this is coming down to an identity shift, right? You can't say you're healthy if you do not walk in those shoes. You can't change your mindset if you continue to act and be that person who is where you are right now. We need to think about, who do you want to become? This is where we get to recreate our story, recreate who we are. And we can change a belief in an instant. It's a choice. So I remember when I got into this company, I was doing this online business, and it was in the network marketing business. Okay. And I heard one thing about how makeup and products were made, and they were, they use toxic products, and I can't even remember. It's the scraping of like dead animals, and they put tallow into all these products. And that changed my products. I couldn't even look at them. I ordered the vegan products because I didn't want that stuff on my skin. Like even cleaning products, how well they've come around, taking some of the toxicity out of things. So we're not inhaling it and then ingesting it. Excluding, I think, bathrooms. I'm sorry, give me the bleach. So we have to embrace who we want to become. We create this identity in our mind. We create it by either remembering or dreaming about who would you love to be? How do you want to act? What types of people do you want in your life? Start thinking about, if you could have it all, what would you change? How would you feel? How would you act? Because you would be different if you were dreaming. You would have the things that you want, the relationships, you'd have the body, and you would know it was on its way. You wouldn't worry about all the stuff that you're worrying about. Better relationships would come in. They'd treat you, be respectful. If you're looking for, a partner, a husband, a partner, doesn't matter what sorts. And when you know and you embrace that you are attracting because you're a better person, because you have boundaries, you have self-love for yourself, you know who you are as a person, you're willing to, absolutely, we love all people, but we're not going to accept people that make us feel not good enough. We're not going to have those people that have jealousy, because you feel that energy, right? That energy is contagious. Like I feel energy through us talking. I feel energy in a text message and an email, out seeing, meeting by people, right? Energy is felt. And I'm very spiritual, so I feel it immediately. And I feel my energy in saying that as well. So when I go into a lower vibration, right? This is all now getting into how we get to have it all. We have to feel really good about our lives, even when things might not be so good, right? We need to embrace the gratitude of what we have right now and create it in our mind that everything is working out for us, divine time, and doing the work that we're talking about to change your life. So being a healthy person isn't someone who's going out and drinking every night. That toxicity, right? I can't. My body just, years ago, it just started to, I can taste it. I can feel it. I still have some wine, but I don't have it every night because I want to wake up feeling really good about myself. So it's these choices that we get to make in life. It's the choices that we get to show up. When my alarm clock goes off, I never second guess. I used to. When I first started, I think, oh, I'm tired. Let that inner voice come out. Oh, I'm tired. Do I really want to go? La, la, la. I never do that anymore because that's a different identity. That's not who I am. Of course I go. Sometimes I know when it's been pouring rain, I've messaged a girlfriend, are you going? I would go anyway because the thought of not going is worse than going. That's when you start knowing who you are, right? So I became the healthy woman. I became someone that was non-negotiable. I get up, I go for my run, I go to the gym, right? I come home, I nourish my body in a healthy way. I don't eat rubbish. I do, but not much, right? Like these are the things that I have a routine that I stick to. It's non-negotiable because I want to be this way. So what do you want in your life? What do you complain about the most? Get out your pens. Think about, what do you complain about? How does that make you feel? Do you feel the vibration of that thing? When you start asking those questions, it'll come up. So ask those questions on these three things. How does it feel when you do what you said you would do? How does it make you feel when you've had a good day and you've gone to the gym or exercised and you've eaten well? How do you feel? What triggers you to blow it and go for the bag of chips or whatever it is that you go for? What is it that the mindset is triggered by? Like, how do you wake up in the morning? Do you think about it? Or are you on autoplay? Life can become so religious on a merry-go-round that we're not even paying attention to how our body feels. We're not paying attention to the thoughts going on in our mind. We're just on autoplay. So I want you to stop. I want you to think about your day. Wake up and go, wow, I had a great sleep. Wow, so grateful I have my health. You know, so grateful for my bed. I slept so well. That we get to brush our teeth. That we get to have a hot shower. So I want you to think about these areas of your life that you complain about, or that you enjoy, that you don't enjoy, or and how you can make them better. So our relationships, let's go into relationships, is, do you think about your relationships? And those can be with your partner, your husband, your kids, your family members, and friends. Are you someone that gives and needs? That's people pleasing. That's exhausting. I see it in some of my friends. They're just people pleasers. And it's usually a problem that they're not loving themselves enough, right? When you're not a whole person. Like in my marriage, I was not a whole person anymore. Nope. I gave it power. It was something at that time. I didn't realize it, but I made that choice. And when we do go through things, I want you to know we always have a choice. Nothing happens to you. It can be a choice. It's usually a choice that we've made. Now, I'm speaking mindfully in most of our lives. But our thoughts are creating our reality. Our thoughts are so important in how we live our life. All right. So the relationships, you want them to be fun. You want them to be rich. You want them to be give and take. But also give and take doesn't mean if you help somebody, like over here, one friend with her move, don't expect something back from them. Give and take means it comes around from something else. It might not come from that person. That's allowing people to, the universe, God, source energy, to just be, right? Just let it be. It'll always work out. Are you going upstream or are you going downstream? How does your life feel? How does every day feel? And the self-discovery is finding those things out. That's so important in who we are as people, as women especially. So in your relationships, well, actually, when you're in your self-discovery, like I want you to ask yourself, what kind of woman are you? Do you feel whole? Do you feel love? Do you have boundaries? Do you give and allow to receive? Or do you say, oh, no, I don't need your help? As a single woman, I had to, learn how to ask. I cut off. Well, this is going to get into a little bit of money, right? Being open to receive not just money, it's health, wealth, it's everything. Relationships is not just in one area. It's in all areas. So when someone offers you something, a free coffee, do you say, oh, no, don't worry, I've got it? Or do you allow yourself to say, oh, thank you so much. I would love that. That is being open to receive. I was not really open to receive. I felt hurt. I felt taken for granted. I was angry at myself. I took it out on him, but I was angry at myself for allowing this to happen. I had to forgive myself. And forgiveness to ourselves is one of the hardest things. I could forgive him easier than I could forgive myself of being with somebody for 2 decades and not seeing and standing up for myself. Okay? And this is sometimes part of our programming. This is something that you can change in an instant if you know what's happening. So this masterclass is really about, like, let's have it all, right? Because it's all, you're worthy of it. So start taking life, rewrite your story. Who are you? What do you want to create? Life is meant to be fun. Life is fun. Life is easy and in flow. And these are the words that you want to start now sharing in your life to yourself. Life is so fun, right? It is. Or is life hard? We want to have fun. Don't you want to have fun? Fun, fun, fun. And I got into the story of life being hard. I got into the life of not being open to receive. Not anymore. Life is so fun. I love my life. I'm so grateful every day. The more grateful you are, the more that will come back. So understanding who you are and embracing your own self-love and your authenticity, not caring what people think about you, like, it's so important. I can see the difference in myself in the last year. Like, some people I think are like, oh, I don't know, Yvonne's changed, because I'm now fully embracing who I am unconditionally, saying how I feel, being who I am. I'm sarcastic. I have a good sense of humor. I love talking. I love listening to other people's stories. Like, I know who I am, but we learn every day. So what do you know about yourself, and what would you like to change? What are the things you want to change in your life? You can change them today. Discovery of oneself is the growth. It's the inner being. It's your wholeness to your life. Stepping into your full power. Not being shy, not, in and out. I want you to step in and be okay with who you are. And it takes courage. It takes boldness. Stop trying to be like everyone else. Be you. You will feel so much lighter when you start being you rather than pretending or trying to be like someone else wants you to be. And this can happen so often in marriages, right? We wear these hats as women, and we do so much for everyone else. And sometimes we're just not even taking that back into our lives. So, are you being real in your authentic self, or have you forgotten who you are? So this is, if you have, just look at it as how lucky that you get to rewrite your story. You get to change it. You get to change it right now, right now. We don't start in a day. We don't start on the weekend. It's like the diet industry. Oh, you blow it, I'll start on Monday. It's about the now, right now. This is the time. This is when we shift. This is when we start. Something goes off in the day, whatever, you go, that's okay. You feel it, you acknowledge it, you see it, and you go, okay, it's done. when we can get that mindset to really start noticing, it will shift your, oh, butterflies. Ooh, it will. I've been seeing a lot of butterflies around lately, and butterflies are really good spiritual beings. Means like source is around you. So it's a baby. But you can shift your energy, your mindset in an instant. What are you thinking about? What do you say to yourself? I know I've caught myself a couple of times, like when my body is tired, okay, it's normal. We do a lot. And sometimes I don't acknowledge it. It's like, oh no, you'll be fine. And I just say I'm tired. I don't like that word though, being tired. My body is just needing some rest, and it's okay. And see, those little changes of how we talk to ourselves are so empowering. They make you feel like, yes, of course. You want to go to the spa? You want to go and treat yourself? It's okay. You don't have to second guess it. And this is going to come into now some of the money stuff, okay? And I love talking about the money stuff, okay? Because money, how do you feel about money? Do you need it? Do you want it? Would you love more? Do you feel the bills piling up? Because your money story is so important. It's no different to any of the other parts of your life. Wanting a body so badly, I need to lose weight. Your relationships, you know, you want them, you need them to do this. You want your partner to do this. You're needy, maybe with that partner, maybe with friends, you're needy. So look at all of these areas of your life, because no one should need anyone, because you are a whole woman. You are worthy of everything. You are powerful. You are authentic. You are unstoppable. You are amazing. That is why you are meant for more. And money, prosperity, is just a feeling of abundance, of having everything. You know, I know when I started getting into this work, prosperity was a word I wasn't sure what it was, right? It was like, what is prosperity? And when you ask different people, they all have different answers on that. So what do you believe prosperity is? Because prosperity is actually the feeling of spending money. So how do you feel when you spend money? I love spending money. But there was a time I would go through it and then I'd feel guilty. Then I feel that I shouldn't have spent it, you know, buyer's remorse, you know, that feeling. You know, maybe you bought some clothes and you think, oh, I shouldn't have bought these because of whatever. That is not prosperity, right? We want to be appreciative that we can spend, like it's a feeling, right? Obviously, you're buying, when we purchase things, we want to purchase things that we're actually going to wear or buy and use, right? It's usually purchases sometimes where you feel like, oh, maybe I didn't really need that. But the more that you start attuning and tuning into prosperity is a feeling. Prosperity is that you don't need anything. You have everything, right? You would love to have more. That's okay, right? That's like loosening the grip of money and flow and gratitude and abundance. We live in a world of abundance, right? Look about the plants, the sky, the ocean, the collective. I was at the dentist the other day, and it was so great because they always have the TV now, like that you look up. And normally I don't pay attention, but this time it was about the what are they called? The spaceships that go into the sky. It was an old show. And they had all those photos. It was like, oh my gosh, I forgot that the universe, they had all the photos of the skies and the planets and the universe and the colors, because we cannot see them, right? Our eye cannot see that far depth. We can see stars, but we don't see the color. We can't see what it's really like unless you've been up in a spaceship. It was like, oh my gosh, this is what I want you to know, is there is a bigger person up there, right? If it's God, the universe, source energy, I want you to know that we are divinely being supported in our life. Now, you can be supported in a positive way, or you can be supported in something that you don't want. Because when we are asking and our thoughts are manifesting every day. So what are you manifesting? Do you manifesting your dream life that you're meant for more and good thoughts? Or are you manifesting some bits of it and other things you're not? In some areas of your life, you're not getting what you want. Okay. So this is where it's like coming back to self, coming back into the abundance, the gratitude, the I have enough, I am enough. You are worthy. You are worthy. So many women suffer with feeling worthiness, enough. So when we don't feel that is when we go out searching. We buy clothes, we make cake, we eat too much. Like, this is where we try to find our worth. I was a shopaholic. Yeah. In my marriage, yeah. I'd buy clothes to make me feel good, to feel worthy, to feel love. I'd bring them home and they'd hang in my closet for a week, month, with the price tags on. That was not who I am. That was a unworthy woman, no self-love, no boundaries, and literally I had no idea who I was anymore. None. So not surprising I went through a divorce, right? But I had to go through that to rebuild, to rewrite my story, to come back to self, to be a whole woman. So what area in your life do you want more of? Because you are meant for everything. You have to stop complaining about it. You need to take action about it. You need to let go, forgive, and allow and create the life that you want. So what do you want in your life? Who would you love to be? So money, right? Going back to money and abundance. Like, how would you feel if your bank account went down to zero? This is the flow, and also understanding that money is put on this planet for circulation. Circulation of money, right? We use it, we get it. This is the normal way people get paid is they have a job, they get paid by the week, and then they take it, you save and you spend, right? You circulate it, you pay your mortgage, you pay your rent, you have your car, you go out for dinner, you book holidays. It's the circulation of money. And I know from being divorced and speaking to hundreds of other women that have been divorced, have been cut off on the supply, which I was cut off from the supply of unlimited, or, it is a limitless world of money. And I was cut off to be able to connect and make money. And our whole marriage was around money. So if you're in a good place with money, fantastic. Okay. Because it should be just part of life. No different to eating, right? We need to eat, we nourish our body. We will, the money we will always have enough for a healthy life. This is the law. And when we don't have it, it's because that's what you've manifested. Because you need it so badly. So think about how do you treat money? I was taught so easily from my dad. He was a caterer, and he'd always have his money and his bills lined up, really well. And I did that. in my wallet was always lined up perfectly, had respect. I respected. I loved those bills. So how do you look at money? How do you touch it? How do you feel it? I know these days it's all on a card, isn't it? So it's taken away that touch. Maybe take out some money and start spending the cash because you get to feel it. I want you to feel it again, okay? Feel what it feels like. It's so easy to tap and put a $10,000 payment on your credit card or a couple $1,000s or $100, right? You just go tap, tap, tap. So again, see how everything is connected in us as one, in our oneness. When you become one with yourself in all areas of your life, this is where the life and you're meant for more, and it will all start coming back to you. Got to ask. You've got to know what you're doing in your life that's not looking so good. Where is the area that you need to be better in? And start focusing on that area, but mindfully working on all the other areas so that your life is completely balanced in all areas. I hope you've enjoyed this masterclass. We've covered a lot today. A lot. So let's go back to the points, okay? Healthy body, healthy mind, health. Health is a way you look at yourself, a way that you feel about yourself, and doing the things that make you feel good to achieve that health result. Okay? Mindset. Mindset is telling yourself you're wonderful, telling yourself you're beautiful, being mindful of the thoughts going through there. You know, when you feel and see yourself and hear something that you don't want to hear, you want to say, no. Mindset, embrace the power of the positive thoughts, right? Embrace them, change them, honor them. We are human beings. We are human beings. So we feel. Your relationships, how are they? Are they up and down? You know, are they a merry-go-round? Are they easy? Are they fun? Are they hard? Your self-discovery journey, your self-love. If you had to be alone on a desert island, how would you be? It's a good one, isn't it? It just came to me. No problem. I love my time alone. I'm good alone. I'm comfortable in myself. I can see myself doing it. What was that show called with, oh my God, the guy, I can see the actor. It was an old movie, and he was on that desert island. It was a funny thing. He'd asked for that guy in the water. Oh my God, I can see it. If you can remember it, you need to email me if you're watching the recording via email, or if you're in the chat in our Telegram group, let me know, or a private client, let me know what that movie was called and who he was screaming out to. Didn't we all know that movie? But how would you be on a desert island? How would you feel about yourself? How would you be resourceful? Would you fall apart? Would you be afraid? Would you be scared? These are really important questions for yourself, okay? Self-discovery. And money, do you have a good relationship with it? Do you enjoy it? If you're wanting more money, that'll be another masterclass I'm going to be doing, because that's a whole new, beautiful, I love talking about it because I've had such an experience in that. And the reason I asked you about, you having your bank account go down to, zero, do you trust it and have faith that's going to fill back up, is a really good one for yourself. Okay. So thanks for being here. It's been so fun. If you're, I just want to talk about a couple of things too from this. So most of the ladies, I've had a few ladies in the Telegram because I had a 5-day free coaching, and we talked about some of these things in my coaching. And I have a beautiful offer, and I have a 50% off 4 weeks coaching with me in a container where we're going to go through all of this. Okay. And we're gonna really get into where you are in your life and what you need to get you through to being, especially we have 2 months left of the year. So ask yourself, where would you like your life to change? How do you start to recreate your life, have more of? You're meant for more. And if this interests you and you want to hear more, like I said, it's 50% off. It's regularly $2,500, and I'm doing it in Australian dollars. I know I normally charge American, but I've just intuitively, I've just wanted right now to go back into Australian dollars. So if you're in the States or in the UK, I don't know where the par is. Canada's pretty similar to Australia, I think, but I don't know. But I'm offering that as well. So you're getting even more, so depending on where you are in your country. 50% off. So it's normally $2,500 and you're getting it for $1,500. Okay. 4 weeks coaching with me in a container where we are going to dig into this stuff. You are going to walk out a different woman, a whole woman, and you're going to understand how to have the dream life and create your dream life. So if this is for you, make sure that you send me a message or an email wherever you can find me. I'm on Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, I'm on WhatsApp, and my email. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you've gotten some great, great knowledge, right? It's all self-discovery, embrace it, be it, feel it. And life is so fun, right? Life is fun. Life is easy. And you are meant for more. You are meant for more. So have a great evening or day, depending on where you are. See ya.